What are the differences between reductive and oxidative winemaking styles?
To me, reductive comes from the vineyard. When you're spraying sulphur late in the game, you can have sulphur once you start your fermentation. There's still residual sulphur in the clusters, and when you start making the wine, that turns to H2S and starts to smell bad. If you have a wine that kind of has an H2S smell, what we do in the winery, if it ever happens, is we give it a lot of air, which means that we will actually take a pump, rack that wine into a tank, but not just into the tank through the bottom. We go over the top and splash it off the walls to expose it to a lot of air, and the oxygen will usually blow it off. If it doesn't blow it off, then you have another problem besides reduction. It could be another bacteria or something like that. And then as far as oxygen, there's a lot of people now that are actually using oxygen in their winemaking philosophy. They now have these machines. A friend of mine up in Napa has one that they can, for tank storage, instead of using, let's say, 10 barrels of wine, that's 600 gallons basically, they can put those that 600 gallons in a tank, and they can micro-oxygenate at the same rate as it would be as if it was in a tank, or as in a barrel, I'm sorry. Basically, a tank is not porous, so there's no air, basically, whereas a barrel is porous and does release oxygen. So it's become pretty fashionable now to use oxygen in your wines. I personally don't, but a lot of people are, just to soften them up. It does soften the tannins. It makes more of a round style in the mouth.
Does it have an effect on the ageability?
That I don't. I would assume it would, because you're breaking down the tannin structure. You're making the wine soft and more approachable very early. So I would assume that it would, but I don't know for sure, to be honest with you.